Hey everybody, Stephen here for Entropic Gaming, and today I'm going to be playing more M.A.V. Now, today I want to go back into the garage and play specifically with the thermal mechanics that were added in the last update. I haven't really built any builds yet that are designed to really weaponize it or use the new heat mechanics or any of that stuff. I've also only barely done much with the thermal at all. I think this is about my only build right here that has thermal on it. And that's because it basically was me modifying my main sniper build specifically to be able to function in the cases where I need the thermal vision. So I want to try to make like some kind of like MAV that uses the flamethrower. So let's go ahead and we'll scrap that out for now because I've got it saved anyways. So let's start with the chassis, obviously. I want something that's going to be fast. I'm honestly leaning more towards the bipeds than the wheels or the hovers, just because they have more weight capacity on them, and because of the fact that come on, brain, that they're a little bit easier to control and keep, like, aimed up well. So I'm honestly eyeing this chieftain here. It's got pretty good speed, good weight capacity, which I'm going to need. And it's armored, which is going to be probably pretty crucial as well. So let's start with the chieftain. Now, I'm going to try and see if I can't do the little trick with that spacer that I used last time. Whoops, wrong spacer. It's kind of funny. I actually was showing using that build that I worked on last time we were in the garage during last Sunday Fun Day. And according to Cyber and a couple others, they hadn't actually seen the spacer be used that way yet. So looks like we accidentally stumbled on something new there, which is kind of cool. Not going to work in this case, though, is it? Well, piss. I suppose I could do it the other way, probably, though. Let's experiment with that for now. So spacer, go back to that. And then we can bring in the small angle. I'm working with this more defensive build like this just because I'm anticipating that we're going to be getting shot at a lot. And yeah, that's never a pleasant experience. Let's try the LPRP5. We'll see how this fits onto here. That feels like a good fit. The alternative is the LPRP1, which doesn't have the tab up top, it has a tab on the bottom. But I don't think that's really strictly necessary. I do like this better, actually, though. It doesn't protect the legs as much, but biped legs can be kind of obnoxious to try and hit anyways, and the more I can protect up top, the better, I think. So let's look at our cockpits. I don't need to worry about recoil much, but I am going to be... Let's see if I can find a nice light one that can take up the... Yeah, let's try the Cephalo file. It's probably going to conflict. Yep, it does, but not with all this stuff, which is good. So I'm probably going to need a generator of some sort anyways. So let's look at maybe... Can we put in this Menor here? No, we cannot. That won't fit in there. Let's try in the small stuff. Let's try using this guy. It's not ideal, but it will do. And we can stick that on top of that. And there we go. And it's still behind the shield, so we're still nice and protected. Next will come, let's start with, throw the weapons on there. We're going for flamers. Now, we could just go for like a lower weight flamer and rely on heat damage to finish them off. But if we're going full-blown just flamers like this, we're going to probably need to really lay the paint on. So I think either the Mega Flame or the Burnetto there. They both hit a lot harder than most of the other flamers. The Bernetto weighs a lot more. I'm going to try for the Bernettos. I suspect they're going to end up being too heavy, but that is unfortunate. I'm going to check and see real quick if what the other the Mega Flame. Nope, they're both on the Hex no basis for that. So you can do that though. That still kind of covers this area fairly well. The problem is that there's no way that's going to be able to fit weight-wise. So let's downgrade slightly to the Mega Flames. Let's duplicate out 6 of these because that's what we're aiming for. And we'll see if we can't make this actually work. Now my concern is that even like this we might not have the capacity. Yeah, we're overweight and we've got way more power than we need, honestly, so we don't even need the generator in there. So let's lift that out. And let's try throwing in maybe just a spacer. Or even maybe a smaller generator. We're not that overweight, I don't think. Let's see, throw that in there. We'll see if it will be nice to us. It won't anyways. So that's off the table. Guess we're going for a spacer. That's a spacing straight. It's that one right there. We'll slide that on in. That cannot be right. Okay, try connecting that to that in there. We'll try there. I mean, that's like the most. There we go. So it likes that. I peek over the top a little bit that way, but I do fit. It's 61 kilometers per hour. Lots of excess power. That's a very vulnerable setup. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'll be entirely honest. But it's going to have to do probably. It's probably pretty vulnerable to splash damage is my concern. But let's give it a shot. We got it put together. We threw it together real fast too. So it's a matter of attaching the setting up the weapons. So we'll start on that side. It's fairly irrelevant. You know, a weapon like this doesn't need worry too much about its aiming ability. All right. Let's give it a dash of that Kirov Mining Commune paint. Come on, there we go. It's gonna be too bright on most of the parts in this M.A.V. Yeah, it's too bright. Let's try it at 90. That is one thing that would be nice if to possibly look at down the road. It seems like the colors paint on differently for different parts. Some M.A.V. parts seem like they hold the color better than others. Let's knock it down one more set of levels to 80 for these three. For the guns. And we'll hit the spacer. At least these two spacers with it as well. Leave the rest where they are, and then let's hop down to get the cockpit paint in there. 25. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Get rid of you, get rid of you, and go to this. Come on, there we go. Come on. Also nice to be like a numeric option where you can just type in your numbers for those. There we go. Alright, now you got that thrown together. Let's hop it out to the menu and we'll arrange ourselves a quick little test. Let's go to game settings. Let's do an arena match, not in Blind Alley, because that's not going to be terribly conducive. Let's do Outpost Alpha. Why not? And we'll do that against... Let's really test this thing. Let's throw it against the defender. Alright, single player away. Let's do this. Go ahead and deploy. Well, I'm curious to see how this holds up to a defender. These defender AIs can be surprisingly unpleasant to deal with. They tend to be really durable, and they tend to hit really, really hard, so it can be kind of obnoxious trying to deal with them. Oh, hoy there. Let's see. And this is a M.A.V that's meant to be able to survive and take a lot of damage. And it's definitely taking a lot. These burners are... Oh, there it goes. I think that's disarmed. That took most of my ammo, but I thrashed that defender something hard. So that was a good test of that. I'm curious to see how fast it kills most M.A.Vs. So we'll pop back out. Go back in here, and let's change the setting to... We'll start with an attacker. I'll get to a scout eventually as well, but a lot of the attacker builds, which... fun fact, by the way, most of the designs for M.A.Vs that the AI use in this game are actually pulled from the player community. So there are some people who actually will recognize when their designs being used by an AI and be amused by it. And one of those effects is that the attackers a lot of times have started to have Spartan builds. So that's not one of them. That's just a lot of shotguns. Well, that seemed like it was going to go real bad for me real fast, but... Can I destroy these fuel tanks with the flames? No, I can't. Interesting. Good to know. That's got a generator in the back there, and down it goes. Went down faster than the defender. Alright, let's try spawning an arrow in, because I want to see how it does against like Spartan-type builds. Spartan designs, and this is a term apparently that dates back to Chromehounds, actually, are actually kind of like, even my build's a little bit of a Spartan, but the kind of design where you have the shield right in front of the cockpit constantly, at least to my understanding, with the guns behind it in some form or something. So I'm curious to test out. They're very common and very popular build style in M.A.V these days. So I'm very anxious and eager to test it against it. If this consistently seems to perform well, I might unleash it against Axel on next Fun Day. Oops, not a Spartan. He had a flamer build that he used against me last Sunday. Definitely, I'm not even looking at most of the main screen. I'm looking at the little corner camera. This is gonna be bad. I'm gonna probably go on this one because I can't get close enough. And now I'm out of ammo, and I'm down a gun. And most egregiously is I don't have my armor anymore, which is very bad. Does make this map look very funny. Nope, you can't have me. I'm not dead yet. He's gonna come hunting for me. Hopefully I can heal up and reload real fast. And that's kind of the big problem with a pure flamer build like this, is that inevitably you're going to end up with, you know, opponents who can outrun you and you can't catch them and they're just going to kite you until you're dead. I'm going to try and see if I can't salvage a win out of this, but... Oops, dodge the rockets. And then this kind of situation is why you really don't want to build with, unless you can protect them, why you don't build with spacers between your cockpit and your legs. Because, don't know why you stopped, but I'll take it. Because the way the part dependency works, if a part that your cockpit has is reliant on the chassis. At the very least, it has to be, because everything's reliant on the chassis. If any part loses the part that it's attached to and it's reliant on, it's destroyed as well. So obviously, hence that's why there's a tooltip about how if you destroy the legs, that's one way to defeat a M.A.V. But the that also applies like this type of ability. You shoot that spacer out though between the cockpit and the chassis there, this M.A.V. will go down like that. And most spacers aren't all that durable. They're not well designed to take hits. I think this is. I'm going to go ahead and end this test because it's pretty conclusively. I think the multi-burner is a not great solution. So let's go into the garage. Let's see if we can't turn this into something a little bit more viable, not as one-trick pony. It's fun when you can catch someone with it, but it's just not fast enough to catch everybody. And the people and the chassis that could catch everybody, more or less, aren't going to be able to carry a load like that, I don't think. So we're going to go kind of adjust this a little bit. Let's go ahead and pull off. Let's lift this whole cockpit off for now, actually, because I'd really wish I could connect in here properly, but not to do the spacer that way. Let's go ahead and lift this off. I want to experiment and see if I can't find a better way of doing this. Or at least on the biped chassis. Because it works great on the reverse joints, which are becoming a personal favorite of mine again, which is nice because I used to loathe the reverse joints. But it doesn't work as well on this one, and I would really like to have another option for that same kind of shenanigans. Maybe even that might do it right there. Let's lift that shield off. Oh, whoops. And that was not what I wanted to do. Here we go. And then we'll duplicate out that spacer. And we'll drop that on there. And now hopefully I can pull this straight spacer off. It'd help if I attach it to the right point. Yeah, there we go. That also might mean that I can whip this around. I can. And that also means I don't need this little tab up top, so I can pull this off, trash it out for either just an LPRP plate, or I could go for the... I'm going to go for the LPRP plate, because the extra tab on the LPRP 1 isn't going to really help us much. So we got that. Save ourselves some weight on spacers, hopefully. Because we're going to need some more weight for other weaponry. So let's get something in here that we can use at a distance. And actually, I might even... I'm not terribly attached to that cockpit at this point either. Let's go ahead and ditch it, because the big reason I went for is that it's a good cockpit that has, you know, it doesn't weigh a whole lot, but can do weapon groups of up to 6. Since we're not using 6 of any one weapon anymore, we're no longer reliant on that as much. So I'm going to look into some of these medium, some of the pit bulls. Big surprise there, Stephen going for a pit bull. I'd like one that has some armor on it. Oh, that heavy pit bull would be really solid, or even that heavy pit bull. That heavy pit bull 5 is going to have to be what I go for, because oh yeah, that fits right in there. That's just wickedly tight of a fit. Alright, let's bring these guns in. Now we'll see how they fit on the side here. Alright, and there's that. I can't slip that in there, can I? Yeah, no, I didn't think so. I can do that. So we got that. And we've got a little under 2,000 left in terms of weight. So I'm leaning towards the assault rifles personally. Now that's a pink sparkle. Fireworks. Yay. Yeah, and he fixed them so they won't blow up automatically. It's either cannons or assault rifles. The issue I have with cannons is that a lot of the cannons weigh a fair amount. If I want to have a group of 4, they need to be a little bit less weighty, and the ones that don't weigh as much aren't, in my opinion, often worth using as much. Assault rifles tend to be fairly light. Well, I'm going to entertain the cannon, because I would rather be using a cannon. So let's kind of just do some quick math here with my cell phone, so I can figure out how much weight I have left to spare. 44. So do 63.35 minus 44.85. 1,850 pounds left of weight. Divided by 4, 462.5 pounds. So that's where we're going to potentially run into problems. You got, I'm still 429. That one could do it. Fire's kind of low, but that one could. Yeah, most of these are too heavy. The ones that aren't, I'm really not a huge fan of using. So I'm going to go look at this assault rifle, see what I can find. Oh yeah, these will fit a lot nicer. So the thing of assault rifles could... No, it's only groups of up to 4. So I might be able to get our flamer in, though. So let's go for 4 assault rifles. And let's look at what some of our options are. I think we got plenty of option. I do prefer having a little bit more zoom and shot velocity, so... But I also like stopping power. So, let's see, there's a 17 there. Good shot velocity. Fire rate 33. It's a little slower to fire, but still pretty solid. And it's got some armor on it too, which, again, this is going to be kind of a bit of a brawler. So let's bring that in. And we'll intentionally use these in a way that we can kind of be protected. Nope, and it's still going to collide. Let's spin this around. That's still gonna hit. Okay. So then the question becomes, let's put it there. With a slight difference. There we go. That'll help protect the gun cam there a little bit more. And so now the question is, I'm not going to be able to get another one of those. Those are weighty enough that I know that. I do need more power, though. So we're going to have to go for... That's one of the things that the other cockpit was nice for. Is it had a decent amount of power built into it. Let's just try going for this little small one. Don't need tons of power. Just a little. That's not enough, but it's all I'm going to be able to fit, probably. Let's humor it and grab the one step up. This 335. That's overweight. So we're going to have to sell for that. That's unsettlingly slow for my tastes. And this is where we're running into difficulties. Again. I could drop off an assault rifle if I wanted to, but I really don't. This is going to be a lot of our firepower. Let's go ahead and see how it performs. We'll set our weapons. First group's going to be the assault rifles. It's going to be using that while we close. And the second group, which we can switch to, will be the flames. So let's head out to the main menu and we'll go test that real quick. Same setup, we're not going to change anything. We'll see how it does. No. Pardon me, folks. Alright, so right over here. Oh, way there. Oh, hey. That's a bit more of a build. That's kind of a Spartan-esque build right there. Oof. And this thing got a much better build to face against. It's faster than us too, so unless something slows it down, we're not gonna be able to get close enough to it. But it's not looking too high either. Ow. Oh, zooming for the kill. Let's see if we can. Oh, those cannons hurt. Oh, there it goes though. So once I got close, yeah, I wrecked it. Plate took a beating. A couple of my guns took a beating. Both of them assault rifles, and my legs got hit a little bit, but managed to do the trick. Now, of course, the question becomes if it would do as well with a player behind the helm of that, but... And against builds like that are going to be where the flamers are really helpful. Because a lot of times, I know I'm guilty of doing it too, when I'm making a build that has a shield set up like that, some kind of shield protecting the cockpit and stuff, is I'll sometimes sacrifice the cockpit quality and go for like a lighter, less durable cockpit just to save weight for other stuff. And while that works great for stopping most shots and stuff, with the armor, even the splash damage can be somewhat mitigated, the flamer just washes right through that and hits everything. And that's what happened there. Once I got the flamers on it, it just melted. So... hung up on a tree. Oh, there goes shield. Oh, lost me a couple guns. Up, down it goes. Let's slip into this repair shed real quick. We'll go ahead and get that healed up. Get reloaded. Yeah, it spawned kind of close. I'm not going to be able to heal up all the way, but we'll do what we can. I'm especially concerned about the chassis getting healed up. The armor plates, rather rightfully so, are really slow to repair. It's because otherwise, if you repair them quickly, you repair them and they're back to full. This shed's going to be dead pretty soon. I'm going to pop on out. Alright. Oh, we're just to the flamers. Oops, caught up on that. Caught up on that tree again. And there it goes. Yeah, if I hadn't been able to catch it, there could have been some serious problems, though. Alright. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and end this test here. Because that was that was the kind of build I was really wanting to test against for some of the other stuff. So it's good to be able to finally get to test it against that. But so that's our prototype here. I'll probably get it painted back up properly, maybe tweak it a little bit, but it's in a decent good spot. And then hopefully we'll see it in the Sunday Fun Day event this coming weekend. So that's it for now. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.